Thank you and sing your praises, and we say, Amen. There are some big questions and values and ideas that have perplexed Jews for years. Tradition, Sabbath prayer, if I were a rich man. Do you see where I'm going? These are all titles, right, from Fiddler on the Roof. Classic Jewish story. Some of us I saw nodding. Classic Jewish story, right, of Tevye, the pious, humble milkman, set in about 1905 in the Pale of Settlement in Russia. And Tevye has so much wisdom. If you haven't seen the show or if you haven't seen the musical, here's a little bit of it. He says, how do we keep our balance? That I can tell you in one word. Tradition. Without our traditions, life would be as shaky as a fiddler on the roof. And I admire Tevye for this. And I admire Tevye because he also, in his wisdom, in his sayings, he challenges God. He even gets angry at God sometimes. Dear God, he says, you made many, many poor people. I realize there's no shame in being poor, but it's no great honor either. So would it have been so terrible if I had had a small fortune? He says, I know we are the chosen people, but once in a while, can't you choose someone else? Sometimes I think when things are too quiet up there, you say to yourself, let's see, what kind of mischief can I play on my friend Tevye? It's all very Jewish, and it's something we see in Vayishlach, our Torah portion this week. In Vayishlach, we get the conclusion of Jacob's story in the sense that his character arc is done and we shift towards his sons and his children. And in the story, Jacob confronts his brother Esau. They haven't seen each other since Jacob tricked Esau and stole his blessing, and Esau was about to really hurt Jacob, and so Jacob is scared and he's terrified. He sends his family off, and it's just him alone before he meets his brother. And he goes to bed at night, but along comes a man, an ish in Hebrew, and they wrestle. Who does he wrestle with? Is it an angel? Is it Esau? Is it a stranger? Is it himself? Is it God? The text is unclear. But no matter who he is, after the wrestling, it says, this man says to him, Vayomer lo Yaakov v'yamer od shimcha ki im Yisrael. Your name shall no longer be Jacob, but Israel. For you have striven with beings divine and human and have prevailed. This is core to Jacob's new identity. He is a person who wrestles with God, and so he gets a name change. Contemporary scholars Dr. Shauna Dolansky and Dr. Risa Levitt-Cohn say, the struggle between humans and God is a prevalent theme in the Hebrew Bible that culminates not with Jacob/Israel, but with Bnei Yisrael, his descendants, the children of Israel, who continually engage in either avoidance of or confrontation with God, their God. Throughout the Bible, we get people like Jonah, who avoids God. We get Moses, who forms an intimate relationship with God. We have people who challenge God, like Korach, and on and on and on. And I think we continue this tradition today. Sometimes we avoid God. Sometimes we talk with God. And there are times we also confront God. Jacob wrestled with this unknown person who might have been God, who might have been a representative of God, because it's telling us, the Torah is telling us, it's okay to wrestle with God. It's okay to get mad at God sometimes. It's okay to say to God, why me? Or why is this happening? Many of us have had those moments to be upset with God. When a newborn child faces major surgery, when we're sick, when we've lost a job, when we have too much homework, or there's drama with our friends, when there's a war in Israel, when there's innocent lives lost, and on and on. We have these moments and then we wrestle. And we have these moments and we confront God. And this is what it means to be Israel. This is what it means to be Jewish. May we continue to do that, to wrestle with God. May we be like Tevye as we question and as we push back and as we have intense conversations and even as we get angry. And in so doing, may we live Jewishly. Amen. We take a few moments to reflect on these words. Now we rise on page 282. We rise, if we're able, 282, the second paragraph for Aleinu L'Shabbat.